I will break down how you can automatically reply to messages on WhatsApp. And I will show you the easy way, so how we can reply to simple words. And I will show you how we can reply by using AI that is trained on your own data, such as your website or internal documents about your business. And in this video, I will create these WhatsApp automations for a software business. And I will guide you step by step. So I will show you what chat automation tool you should use, how you can connect it to any phone number for WhatsApp, and how you can create these WhatsApp automations yourself. And at the end, I will even give you the template for free, so you can just copy and paste it and don't have to build it yourself. But if you're new to the channel, my name is Joran and I'm the founder of Chatbot. And at Chatbot, we are inspiring over 50,000 people every month to create chat automations that generate more leads, boost your revenue, and reduce costs. And we are working with businesses from small to large and in any industry. So if you just follow the steps in this tutorial, it will work for your business as well. So here's what we're going to build. We are going to automatically reply to messages on WhatsApp for a software business. And by using this, any software business can automatically reply to questions from customers. And by doing this, they can actually save a lot of time and money because they don't have to reply manually. And at the same time, it's also better for the customer because the customer gets a direct answer to the question that they have, even when the business is not working. And if you are a freelancer or an agency and you want to create these chat automations for your clients, a software business is a great niche to get started with because most software businesses have a large knowledge base. So you can just train the chatbot on that knowledge base and your client doesn't have to do anything extra. And because of this, you can easily show them a return on investment. So if you're doing this as a freelancer or an agency, software businesses are a great niche to focus on. And in this video, I will make it very specific. So I will create these WhatsApp automations for MailerLite. And MailerLite is an email marketing program that I've been using for the last few years, and I actually love their product. So we will create these WhatsApp automations for MailerLite. And I will even train the chatbot on a part of the knowledge base of MailerLite just to show you how easy it is to create these custom chatbots. And just to be clear, I'm not hired by MailerLite. MailerLite is not my client, but I just want to give you an example of a real business and how you can create these chat automations for them. Let's dive in. So the first thing that you need to do is that you need to buy a new phone number. So if you want to automate messages on WhatsApp, you need to connect your phone number to a chat automation platform. And even if you have used WhatsApp Business before, you actually need to buy a new phone number because this is recommended by WhatsApp. Because if you want to connect an existing WhatsApp Business number to a chat automation platform, there are often problems. So therefore, WhatsApp recommends buying a new phone number and connecting that new phone number to the chat automation platform. So what you actually need to do is buy a new phone number. And you can actually just go to a telecom provider, like a local telecom provider, and just buy a new prepaid number. The only requirement that you have is that this phone number needs to be able to receive text messages because we need to verify it later on. And if you want to get started quickly, I actually recommend buying an eSIM. So an eSIM is a digital SIM card and you can just buy that online and then use that within a couple of minutes. But you need to check whether your phone has this feature because not all phones have this. But that's the first thing, you need to buy a new phone number. Once you have bought your phone number, then we're going to the next step, which is creating your Manychat account. So Manychat is a chat automation platform that we are going to use to automatically reply to messages on WhatsApp. And I've used Manychat for the last 4 years for almost all of my clients, and I've used them because they're very easy to use. If you don't have any experience with chat automations, you can get started quickly and you don't have to code. They're 100% Meta approved, so we can just use them without the risk of getting banned, and they're very cheap. They offer a free plan and their pay plan already starts at $15 a month. So what you can do is you can just go to chatbot.com/mc and this will bring you to the Manychat website. I also added the link in the description. And then here you can click on Get Started, then click on WhatsApp, and then click on Continue with Facebook. And then here you need to log in with your Facebook account. Once you have done that, it will log into Manychat automatically. So now I'm in Manychat, and then if you go to Settings and then go to WhatsApp, then here you can click on Connect. So that's actually the next step that we need to do. We need to connect the phone number that we bought to Manychat. And that's what we're going to do right now. So once you've clicked on connect, you can click on connect my own number, click on continue as Joran, click on get started. And then here you need to select your Meta business account. And if you have created a Facebook page before, then you already have a Meta business account. But if you don't have it, then you can just click here on this drop down and then click on create a business account. I already have a business account, so I will just select one of them. But what's important with your business account is that the name of the business account is equal to the name of your actual business. And WhatsApp is pretty strict on this, so you need to make sure that this name is correct. So right now I will just go with Chatbot test. And just to be sure, this will not work in a real life situation because Chatbot test is not a real company. Because of that, it will not be accepted by WhatsApp, but I'm just using that in this tutorial. So once you've selected your Meta business account or created it, then you can click on next. Then here you need to create or select your WhatsApp business account. So I already have a WhatsApp business account, but if you don't, then you can just click on create a WhatsApp business account, then click on next. And then here you need to fill in all the information. So the category, the business description, your website. And again, what's important here is that the business account name and the business profile display name is equal to the actual name of your business. So I'll just go back because I already have a business account. And then we need to create a new WhatsApp business profile. So again, I already have one here, but I can also create a new one. So I click on next here. And then here, what's important, again, the display name needs to be the same as the name of your business. Then the category will be education in my part. And then you have the business description and the website. And what's important with the information of the display name is that people will actually see this on WhatsApp. So if they click on your profile, then they will see this information. So you need to make sure that this information is correct and also written in a good way. So once you've done this, I'll just write learn to create chat automations for any business. So I have anything there. Then click on next. And then we need to fill in the phone number that we bought before. So here you can just fill in the country that you live in. So in my case, that is the Netherlands. And then you can just fill in the phone number. So I'll just do that right now. And then we click on text message. And then you need to click on next. And once you've clicked on next, Facebook will send you a verification code. Then you need to fill in that verification code over here. And then your Manychat account is connected to that phone number for WhatsApp. Well, I already did this before, so I will just go to my correct Manychat account where I already have set this up. But these are all the steps that you need to do in order to connect a phone number to WhatsApp and use Manychat. So I'll just go back to Manychat right now. So I'll just go to this, remove all of that. And then I'll just select Chatbot, which is my own account. Then go to settings and then go to WhatsApp. And as you see here, what's important is that the number status is connected and that the account status is approved. If either one of those is not true, so it's not connected or it's not approved, then it might be that it is not working correctly. And then I recommend just going through all the steps again. And if that still doesn't work, then I recommend just reaching out to Manychat support and they can help you further with this. But once you have connected your phone number to Manychat, we can get started with creating our WhatsApp automations. And the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to create a greeting message. So every time someone sends a greeting, so hey or hi or hello, we can automatically reply to that message. So in order to do that, we are going to automation, click on new automation, then click on start from scratch. And then first thing that we're going to do is we're going to rename this flow so we can easily find it back in the future. So this will be the WhatsApp greeting message. And in Manychat, each automation consists of a trigger and consists of the content of the flow. So the trigger is the event that starts the automation. So in our case, when somebody sends us a greeting, then we want to start this automation. So in order to do that, you can just click on new trigger, select WhatsApp, and then click on user sends a message with a keyword. And then here we want to say, if the message contains hey, or the message contains hi, or the message contains hello, then we want to start this automation. So if you just click on create, then it's working. So now every time someone says hey or hi or hello, then we automatically reply with this flow. So the next step is to actually make our greeting message. So here we will set it up for WhatsApp. So in your greeting message, you want to do a couple of things. So the first thing that you want to do is you just want to greet the user. Then you want to say that they are talking to an assistant, a digital assistant or a chatbot, because that sets the right expectations. Then you want to tell them that you will try to answer their question, but if you don't know the answer, they can be connected to a support agent. Then you just want to ask their question, and then you want to tell them what they need to do. So they need to just type in the question, or they need to click on a button. So that's what we will do in this message, and I will just copy this message from my second screen. So I will say here, hey, I'm the MailerLite assistant. I will try to answer your question. If I don't know the answer, I can always connect you with a support agent. What is your question about? Just type in your question below. And once you've set it up, you can just click on Set Live, and now your automation is working. So the next step is that someone is going to reply to this message. And let's say someone is going to reply with a question about the return policy. Then we want to automatically reply to that message. So let's create another automation for that. So what we can do is we can just click on automation, click on new automation, click on start from scratch, and then we will rename it to return policy. And then in brackets, I will say WhatsApp, click on rename. And then we will add a new trigger. So we will choose for WhatsApp again, and then a message with a keyword. So in this case, we want to start the automation when somebody asks a question about the return policy. So in order to do that, we can say if the message contains return, or the message contains refund, because refund is also another word that's often used. And then we can use a message condition. So it needs to contain return or refund, and it needs to contain policy. So if it contains refund policy or return policy, then we're going to start this automation. So now we can just click on create, and then here we want to just give the answer to their question. So I can just copy the answer, and I just copied this from the MailerLite knowledge base. So I just put that over here. And after you gave the answer, you actually want to ensure a good customer experience. And you can do that by asking, does this answer your question? And then if they say, yes, it did answer my question, then it's fine. If they say no, then we can send them to one of your support agents. So in order to do that, we are going to add a next step, which will be a WhatsApp message. And then here we will say, does this answer your question? And then we can say, yes, it does. So this is a button that they can click on in WhatsApp. Or we can say, no, I need help. If they say, yes, it does, then we send another message with great. I'll just copy this. Great, if you have any more questions, feel free to ask them here. And then here we are going to send another message with no problem. We will now connect you with one of our support agents. And this is great about Manychat, because Manychat also have a built-in live chat. So by using Manychat, you can actually hand over the conversation to one of your live chat agents. They can answer the question that is asked, and then they can give the conversation back to the bot once they are done with that conversation. So in order to do that, to actually notify one of your agents, we need to add an action to this flow. So we can just add a next step, click on action again, then choose for live chat, and then click on the mark conversation as open. So in Manychat, you have two types of conversations. We have closed conversations and open conversations. Closed conversations are conversations that are handled by our chatbot. Open conversations are conversations that are handled by your support staff or your live chat agents. So in this case, you want to mark the conversation as open. Then as a next action, you can click on live chat again. Then you want to assign the conversation. So now you can assign the conversation to a specific team member or to a specific group of team members. So in this case, I will just go with myself. And then we can add another action, click on live chat again, and then notify the SMEs. So now we can notify the people that are assigned to this conversation. So what I will do is I will just only do myself, and I can also choose how I want to be notified. So in this case, I will just go with email, and I can also add a notification text. So I'll just leave this as is, but just know that these features exist. So what this flow basically does is that every time someone asks a question about the return policy or the refund policy, then we automatically reply with the answer, and then we ask, okay, does this answer your question? Then if they say, yes, it does, then we say, okay, great. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask them here. If they say, no, I need help, then we say, no problem. We will now connect you with one of our support agents, and then we are going to add them to one of these support agents. So once you click on set live, that is working as well. So up until now, it has been very simple. Someone sends a message to our WhatsApp number, and if it contains a keyword, then we automatically reply to that message. But we can even take it one step further. We can automatically reply by using AI that is trained on our own custom data. And Manychat doesn't have built-in AI, so that's why we're going to use Chatbase. Chatbase is an AI tool that you can use to train the chatbot on your own custom data, such as your website or internal documents. So what you can do is you can just go to chatamize.com/cb, and this will bring you directly to the Chatbase website. And then here you can just click on build your chatbot and then create your own free account. I already have an account, so here I will just go to Chatbase and then click on MailerLite. And what I've done in Chatbase is that I have trained this chatbot on part of the MailerLite knowledge base. So as you can see, if I go to sources and then go to website, you can see that the chatbot is trained on a part of the MailerLite knowledge base. And how does it look like? That looks like this. So what I did is I filled in the most popular articles, and I grabbed the articles that I think were like in the account settings information. So here you have like documents about the account settings. I trained it on that as well. So I trained it on part of the knowledge base of MailerLite. And now if I go to the chatbot here, I can ask questions about this knowledge base and it can automatically answer questions about it. So here I can just say, okay, how do I create a campaign in MailerLite? And it says to create a campaign in MailerLite, and then it gives you all the steps that you need to do in order to do this. Then I ask another question, so how do I pay for MailerLite? And it says to pay for MailerLite, you have a few options, and then it gives all the options that you have. So this is working great. Like I've trained it was pretty fast, and the great part about Chatbase is that you can train it on a lot of different sources. So you can train it on your website, you can train it on files, and you can also go to the dashboard and then go to the chat logs, and then you can improve this. So for example, it now gave an answer to how do I create a campaign in MailerLite, but if you are not satisfied with the answer, what you can do is you can just click on revise answer and then fill in the answer that you actually expected or the answer that is better, and then Chatbase will automatically learn from that, which is great. So what we need to do now is that every time someone sends a message in WhatsApp, we need to send that question to Chatbase, then Chatbase gives the answer, and then we need to send that answer back to Manychat. And in order to do that, we're going to use Make. So Make is an integration platform that you can use to create integrations between applications without using any code. And if you haven't used Make before, what you can do is you can just go to chatamize.com/make, and by using my link, you will get 1 month of the Pro plan for free. So you can just sign up for a free account, and then you can use all of the Pro features for free. And Make also has a very good free plan. So that's what you can do. Once you have set that up, then we're going to set it up inside Manychat. So in Manychat, we can just go to settings, then go to WhatsApp, and then here you have the default reply. And the default reply in Manychat is the automation that will trigger if no other automation is triggered. So every time someone asks a question to your WhatsApp bot and no other automation is triggered by a keyword, for example, then the default reply will trigger. So what you need to do here is you need to click on select existing and then click on the WhatsApp default reply. And this automation, I already created it before, and it is part of the free template that is in the link in the description. So you can just click on that, install my template, and then use this automation. So what you can do is you can click on pick this automation and then click on it. And there are a few important things with this automation. So I just click on edit automation. So the first thing is the trigger. So the trigger is the default reply, but this needs to be set to every time. So every time someone asks a question, we are going to send it to Chatbase. So that's important. Then we are going to save the last input to a custom field. So in Manychat, we have custom fields. So I created a custom field Chatbase question, and we save the last text input in this custom field. So that's basically the question that someone asked to our WhatsApp number. And then we are going to send that question to Chatbase via Make. And how does that look like in Make? In Make, this looks like this. And before I'm going to explain how this works, I actually have a step-by-step video on how you can create this integration yourself. So if this sounds like a lot, it is maybe. So you can just go to the video that will probably appear over here, and then you can create this integration between Manychat and Chatbase yourself, and I give step-by-step instructions. For now, I will just use the integration, and high over I will explain how it works, but if you want to create it yourself, I highly recommend going to that video. So what this will do is that it waits for data from Manychat, then it sends the question to Chatbase. Then if we get a response from Chatbase, we're going to set a custom field in Manychat. So that's the Chatbase answer. And then we're going to send a flow. And what's important, like the difference between the video that I just mentioned and this one, is that in this one, we're going to use an API call. And in the other video, I'm using Chatbase directly. And there's just a small difference between this, but the reason for this is that there's currently a problem between Make and Chatbase, and Make needs to fix that. So until they have fixed it, you can just use an API call. And inside this API call, what you basically need to do is here you have authorization bearer, then here you have a string. You need to replace this string with the API token that you have from Chatbase. Then if you scroll down, then here we have messages, we have content, then inside the content you have the Chatbase question, and then here you have the Chatbot ID, and then you have the ID, the Chatbot ID that you have from Chatbase. So if you go to Chatbase, then if you go to the settings, then here you have a Chatbot ID, so you need to copy that, and then you need to paste that over here, and then click on OK, and then that's it working. So that's a little bit of difference with the video I just mentioned, but that's also the only difference, and that's how you can set it up. So again, basically every time someone asks a question to our WhatsApp chatbot, we're going to send that to Chatbase, then Chatbase gives an answer, we're going to save that answer in Manychat, and then we're going to send a flow. And how does this flow looks like? And that's this flow. Go to automation, you can also see that here. So if I click on send a flow, then you have this. So I will just copy this. And then if I go to the Chatbase answer, then you will see that this is the same as the string that I just copied. So what we basically do is that we reply with the Chatbase answer flow. And this flow consists of the Chatbase answer, so the reply that we get from Chatbase. And then we basically ask, okay, does this answer your question? If they say yes, then it's great. If they say no, then we say no problem. One of our agents will contact you as soon as possible to help you. But that's it. So what we can do is this is already live. Then I will go to my default reply, click on edit, that's also live. Then you need to go to make to make sure that this is also on, so that's also working, and that's it. So now we have a chatbot that automatically replies to greeting messages, it automatically replies to the return policy and the refund policy, and it's using custom AI that is trained on the knowledge base of MailerLite. Let's see how this looks like on WhatsApp. So now I'm on WhatsApp, and then here I can just type in hey, and it says, hey, I'm the MailerLite assistant. I will try to answer your question. What is your question about? Just type in your question below. So then, for example, I can say, what is your return policy? Then it says, we are required to provide a refund only if we terminate our services. Does this answer your question? Then I say, yes, it does. And now we can also answer any other question. So for example, we can say, okay, how do I create a campaign in MailerLite? So this question will be sent to Chatbase, and then Chatbase will give the answer. And it will say, to create a campaign in MailerLite, you can follow the steps, and then it explains the steps. You can also click on read more here because the message is a bit long. Does this answer your question? Then we can say, yes, thank you. Then we'll say, okay, fine. Maybe we also have another question. So for example, we can say, okay, how do I pay for MailerLite? And then it replies with, to pay for MailerLite, you can follow these steps. Maybe you have another question. So does this answer your question? Then we can say, no, I need help. And then we say, okay, no problem. One of your agents will contact you as soon as possible. And then if you go to Manychat, you can actually go to the live chat. And then here you will see that we can answer the question. So here we can basically pause the automation for 30 minutes, or you can even add a longer delay. And then we can say, hello there, how can I help you? And then the live chat agent can actually take over the conversation, and they can have a back and forward conversation with the customer, can solve the problem for them. Once they've done that, they can basically remove this, then click the conversation is closed. And from that moment on, the chatbot will take over again. But that's it. That's how we automatically reply to messages on WhatsApp without writing any code. So if you want to get started quickly, you can download my template for free with the link in the description. And you can actually do much more on WhatsApp. So for example, we can also send promotional messages to generate more leads and more sales. So if you're interested in that, you can just click on the video that appears over here. And if you want to get more familiar with using WhatsApp automations and using Manychat, I actually have a WhatsApp beginner course on my website. So I highly recommend checking that out with the link in the description. But that's it. That's how we can automatically reply to messages on WhatsApp. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. And also, please let me know in the comments if you like it, if I create like very specific chatbots for specific companies. So if you like that I do that, I will do that more in the future. And also mention a few companies that you like and I can create chatbots about, and I can include these in future videos. And as always, if you have any questions on creating WhatsApp automations or using Manychat or Chatbase or Make, feel free to leave a comment below and I will reply as soon as possible.